What is up? It is your boy Martell, and welcome back to another episode of the Urban Frame. And yeah, you know what today is? New comic book day. What is today? I believe it is April 16th, 2025. This week was really a light week, and I ain't really have too much to really go. I mean, I got some cool stuff happened at the shop. You'll see that in the video, but without further ado, let's go over there really quick to the shop and check out what happened over there. So let's just take a trip back in time, okay, guys? And 3, 2, 1.
That I thought was wild, right?
It's definitely sick. I see why everyone has been actually grabbing this.
No, we don't have it. But got it. There was a third one. We had a third, the mask one, and it was. This one is pretty good. Now I haven't read this one.
This is like Jim Carrey the Mask.
Yeah, both of these comics came out after the movie came out. I haven't read this one, so I can't tell you whether this one's good or not. This one is wild because of the art alone. So in this comic, it essentially goes the same thought process of the movie, but the comic takes it up to 11. Craziness happens. It goes truly insanity, and here's the thing: the Mask, Jim Carrey's character, the Mask, not the craziest person, is the craziest person here, but not the only crazy person in this.
Is it anything like the cartoon? Yep.
Okay. Have you read Kill-Lock?
Who?
Kill-Lock. Okay. Kill-Lock is a very interesting.
Philadelphia James. I just thought about that when you said it.
No, yeah.
Kill-Lock is a story about super far into the future.
I like to go
Oh.
on this road.
Hey, Mr. Wright.
How y'all doing? So
I keep getting distracted.
2 facts and things.
Super far into the future, all the robots killed all the humans. There's hardly any humans anywhere around.
That sounds like that's around
When-
the corner now.
When the robots were being first created, every robot, no matter what it does, had something called a kill lock in it. When a robot's kill lock is activated, there are a bunch of superpowered death machines that come and wipe you out. They don't care what they have to kill. They don't care what they have to destroy. They'll literally nuke a planet to get one robot. And this is a bunch of stories about different robots getting their kill locks activated and not knowing why. Originally, a kill lock was activated because it's malfunctioning. It was hacked, something like that. Now, in this book, who knows why their kill lock is being activated? Even one of the big bad machines that are designed to destroy other robots, when their kill lock is activated, his kill lock gets activated, and it's like, what do you do when the killer is a kill order for the killers? Very good, very interesting book. That's a good one.
Not you doing it again. Putting those 3 books on me now. Hard to choose.
I have one more, but I lost it. Here it is.
Check the Millarverse stuff out. Start with Kick-Ass and all of that. And the Wanted Universe, actually start with the Wanted Universe storyline. That's the thing that they based with Angelina Jolie and the kid that played.
That movie. Yeah, the one.
But there's a real series for it, and it was a lot better than actually the movie was.
Yeah, but the thing
This
is,
Mark Miller? This one? This guy?
No, that's something different.
Oh.
I know what he's talking about.
That's one.
Wanted. I don't think we have that.
You don't have that?
I don't believe we do.
And then Kick-Ass, you want to start with one though, because really, and what it is you got about probably about 10 to 15 titles if you're not opposed to that. And then what happens is it eventually ends up with you've got vampires in one thing, you got the bad guy that you kind of like in another, nemesis.
I'm wrong.
Nemesis.
We have Wanted. I thought we did.
And all of this feeds back into itself later. You get the ambassadors, and then the big game is the big tie-in for all of that after everything. But you also pick up the Magic Order. You get a whole bunch of different books to get that knocked off.
And you say this is the Wanted stuff.
Yes, that is very much so better than the movie. The movie was all right, but
what movie Wanted?
I'll tell it to you like this. It's a movie with Angelina Jolie and the young guy that played Charles Xavier. The young Charles Xavier, not Patrick Stewart, but the other guy.
I forget his name.
And the father was one of the guys that played that guy's father was the same guy that dies in all of the Game of Thrones. You know, Ned Stark. I can't think of his name. Yeah. You know who I'm talking about.
I know
He's
who you're
always
talking about.
dying.
He is always dying.
But,
I'm trying to figure out this movie Wanted. I'm gonna have to go look at IMDb.
You don't remember the bending the bullets around the corner kind of thing they were doing?
Hey, vaguely, I remember it, but
it's been a
I've seen that movie like 4 or 5 times. Like
I've seen
it.
It
wasn't
too.
a good movie, but I liked it.
It was good for live action.
Yeah, I saw the movie, liked it, looked at the comic, and I was like, why didn't they do this?
Right.
Why didn't
That's
they do
much
this?
better. Right. And then what really hurts is the way they did this. Eminem should have been the guy that the main character, and Halle Berry should have been the fox.
Yeah. Okay, so if you want a basic rundown of this book, it's
I'm gonna tell it to
essentially
you like this. How much is that?
$12.
12. Well, 13.
Hey, ring me up for that. I'm gonna buy it for you.
I'll tell you this: essentially, what this book is about is what if all the superheroes.
If you end up liking it, just leave it for me. I'm here every Wednesday.
All right.
And if you don't like it, then hey, you didn't pay for it.
Essentially, what this book is about is what if all the supervillains won and wiped out all the superheroes and just ruled the world.
Okay.
Minus Curtis Blow. Rule the world. I'm a distance.
Wanted. Yeah, look, see now let me go look at this movie cover. I can't even remember what this movie was now.
Yeah, I got you. IMDb.
Yeah. Okay, 1432. Whenever you're ready.
I mean your way, James.
There
Okay.
you go.
I do remember. I have to watch it. I do remember that. What up? What's happening, yo? Woo! We got the thing. We came under budget and no complaints. In and out, baby. A little bit cold. Look, we came in under budget. That's all I care about. Bam! Stat like that. Got some free goodies. Can't complain. Yo, shout out to y'all. We're going back to the stash. We're gonna go through what I got. And other than that, I'll see y'all at the crib. Peace. Bye. What's up? Did you see what happened at the shop today? I'm not gonna lie, that is a very cool moment. We'll get to that in a second if you just get past that. But hey, let's get into my pickups. And I'm just gonna start off this week with my potential top, my favorite cover of the week, but I do have 2. So this is gonna be my first cover of the week. And it was a pickup that didn't make it into the shop on last week, but it made it there this week. So guess what? I felt that it was more than enough for honorable mention to make it on this week. And it is Bam Baby. Oh, well, there we go. Vatican City issue number 1, the variant cover. This is super fabulistic, socialistic. This cover is fire. Vatican City, everyone talked about it last week. America has fallen to the vampires, and now they're all in Rome. Isn't the Vatican in Rome? Yes, they're all in Rome, and I believe there's only a very few amount of survivors that are currently inhabiting the city, and the vampires are trying to get inside of the city, and they have their little underlings trying to infiltrate the city because they are trying to retrieve their queen. I believe this is a 3-part series, or maybe 5, don't quote me on it, but I believe it is a 3-part series. Vatican City. Who is on this again? I forgot. Mark Millar is on this. I'm not gonna lie, I actually have a lot of books from this young sir this week, but this is my cover of the week, and my cover of the week should have been last week, but this is my Cover of the week for this week, coming in at the number 1 spot. I'll have the number 2 coming up, but Vatican City first up on the pool. All right, so getting into it. So next up, like I said, not a heavy pool week this week, but next up we have, I broke my rule, but I couldn't resist. We have Red Coat issue number 8. I have the trade paperback that my boy Andy bought for me, but I have yet to receive it. And one of my rules is I don't buy comic books in the middle of an arc. I don't never buy them. So if I can't get in on the ground floor or get the trade to read it, I won't buy it. But I'm not gonna lie, I love this cover. You have Red Coat and you have the Northerner on this cover, but also the thing about it that I love about it, if you look at this cover here, see that full wraparound? You have the Northerner facing off with Red Coat. The Northerner here, the Northerner here, the African American Union soldier, and then you have naturally Red Coat here on this side. Dope cover. If anyone knows anything about me, they know that I'm a big fan of Americana, and I am a big fan of war stories. One of my favorite movies, not to go into it, is Glory. It ain't nothing like seeing a African American or Negro soldier or colored soldier, whatever they called them back then, in uniform, fighting for the country. Big ups to the creator of this. I love this. It's just a dope cover. Yeah, so now the Red Coat series itself, I don't know too much about it, but honestly, it's out the Ghost Machine. I'm pretty sure it's fire. Once I get that trade of the volume 1, I could gauge you guys more on this. But, you know, if you have any thoughts about this, just let me know. But the Red Coat issue number, what is it? Oh, I'm so sorry. Issue number 11. I said 8. Issue number 11. Introducing the Northerner. Dope cover. All right. So keeping the same energy. Again, I have 2 books from last week that didn't make it into the shop. Well, I ordered them because I wanted them. So anyway, so up next, we're jumping into some Marvel. We have Star Wars, issue number 1. Nothing to tell here. Like I said in my video last week, I asked my guy, James, hey, can you order this for me? Because honestly, I didn't want the foil facsimile. I just wanted the actual printed. I don't know if this is the original paper, but look at that artwork. This rendition of Darth Vader is so fire. Can't complain about it, but ain't gonna hold you for too long with that. I'm definitely eager to read this book, Star Wars issue number 1, for this week's pull list. All right, so next up, another book out of Marvel, and it was from the previous week's pull. I know, I'm sorry guys. Wasn't much coming out this week that I actually wanted, but I wanted to get what I wanted. So what we have, Star Wars Jedi Knights, issue number 2, the cover with Yoda with the lightsaber. If you know, you know. This introduces a first appearance of, what is this guy's name? I forgot. Antha Prime. I don't know. Sorry for my pronunciation. But actually, this character, he is not actually true to the Star Wars continuity. There you go. I'm so sorry. He's not true to Star Wars continuity. Actually, let me get you a picture of him. I ain't gonna lie, dude. This artwork in this story is crazy. If you're not reading the Star Wars stuff, man, you wild as shit. Excuse my language. And yeah, Yoda's doing this thing. Antha Prime. Anyways, this is the character right here. He's not true to the original Star Wars timeline. This character was actually created by Cantor when they made action figures. So this is actually an action figure put into now the Star Wars story. I just looked at a few pages in it. This stuff is fire. As you can see, dope stuff right here. Dope. This book I had no business buying, and you're gonna laugh at me why I actually purchased this book. But I'm just gonna be honest with you, and I think one thing, if we have a fan base or audience or anyone that we're talking to on the internet, you should always be honest. So I'm just gonna be honest with you about me actually picking up this book. This is Wolverine issue number 8, legacy numbering 24. And look, only reason why I bought this, I'm not gonna lie to you, only reason why I bought this was for this cover. This cover is fire. If you disagree with me, it's something wrong with you. This is fire. I'm not gonna lie. Daniel Warren Johnson did his thing on here. The whole Samurai Wolverine vibe is just fire. And to be honest with you, I have not read any of these stories. The cover is the thing that pulled me in, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got into a schnidoodle at the store. I don't know if this is a preview story or just an outro story. The last 6 or 4 pages of this book is cracked. And this is, you know, when Wolverine was in his samurai era, this is the only reason I bought this, for this story in the back. I'm not going to say I won't run through the entire story. It looks okay. I guess this is about 62 pages, so that's double any of the original book. I guess we have Nightcrawler, Romulus, and some other characters in here. But I only bought this for the last story, but you know what? Whatever. I might go ahead and read this entire story, but really, your boy only copies for the cover. My number 2 pick for the cover of the week, and if I had not had Vatican C, this would have been my cover of the week for this week. I only bought it because of the cover. Let's just be honest. And I like dope covers. This is art. It's beautiful. Ha! So if you haven't gotten it, run to your shop and get this cover. It is immaculate. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, baby. All right, so next up, out the Marvel. You already know what it is. We have Absolute Wolverine issue number 4. I hope this man talking in this issue. I'm tired of him just walking around like little sound effects dude. Maybe he talked. Maybe, you know, him falling off that bus. I guess he uttered those words. Maybe he's gonna be doing a lot of talking to himself in the woods while he try to find himself. But yo, Ultimate Wolverine issue number 4 again has been high on my pulls list since the introduction of the book. Hopefully this keeps the same energy. Hopefully we see more of Gambit in the book. Wolverine issue number 4 Ultimate. Can't wait for that issue number 5. I believe that Sanford Green cover. Your boy getting that cover because the boy is Sanford Green. It's fire. All right, so I got 2 more books. We have DC. 2 books out of DC. And I'm going to just go. New Gods, issue number 5. That Rock the Cradle baby cover is fire. You see the baby pulling strings. I don't know what you call this little baby toy over the crib, but this thing is fire. I'm not going to lie to you. And then we had the introduction of the Justice League in here. So, I mean, hopefully, I skimmed through a couple pages in this book when I was in the shop. It looks legit. So, I'm pretty amped about this. Let me know what y'all think. Who's still reading New Gods? Because I know some people fell off. But this cover is probably by far one of the best New God covers that I have actually seen thus far. So, that's it for this one. New Gods issue number 5, Baby Rock by Cradle cover. All right, last but not least, my DC pool is complete, but it wouldn't be complete without Absolute Flash issue number 2. Hear me out. Don't know too much about the Flash character in general, but again, was a decent issue number 1, better than Absolute Green Lantern. Flash was cool. So without further ado, last book for the DC. Hopefully we get some more insight. Dope. Standard cover. Boom. Not too much to say about this book. All right. So rounding it out, we're going to go into Donald's pick of the week. The boy offered me some bangers. I'm taking mental notes of things to read. The boy just gives me too much. But I try to get the best possible books that I think that will resonate with me the most. Because after all, if you're getting a book, you want to make sure it's something that you're actually enjoying. So, and you just don't want to be spending pointless money. So, with Donald's recommendation, I thought I could have sworn that there was another book that was coming out later on with this. Donald's recommendation that I decided to go with, Huck Volume 1. I really think that there's a second arc of this book coming. I could have sworn I seen a picture of this dude with running on the cover with green, but Donald recommended this book, and again, it's another book from Mark Millar. Vatican City was from him, I believe. This one is from him. That was 3 books I pulled from his creator, so I mean, maybe this dude is cooking. But you got this book from him, Huck from Donald's Pull of the Week. So thank you, Donald. I'll let you know once we curate that full video of what I actually think about all of the pulls and which ones I ranked them, how do I like them, yay, nay, or hey. That comes at a later date. Just need to curate some more books. All right, guys. Last but not least, shout out to you, Mr. Wright. Shout out to you, sir. I really do appreciate you, sir. I don't know if the audio picked it up, but me and Donald were talking about some books, and James, what Mr. Wright was actually checking out, and Mr. Wright had this conversation with James, like, what are they doing? And James is explaining to Mr. Wright how every week I come in and I get Donald recommendations, because I feel like as a newbie to comics, as I would say, as an actual reader, not as a writer, because I was writing comics for a while, but I wasn't reading them. It's always good to have a helping hand on, you know, some good things to read. With that being said, he heard what we were doing, and I guess he thought it was cool. He was like, can I offer him a recommendation? And he walked over to me, and he said this book, Wanted. And he said it's good. Donald said it was good. So I said, all right, I'm going to try it. But the thing about it wasn't just his recommendation. The man actually went into his pocket and bought the book for me. He believed that much in this product, in this book, that I would like it, that he bought it for me. He said if I didn't like it, put it in the pool box and he'll take it. But shout out to you, Mr. Wright. This is what the community is all about. Engaging with each other, helping each other, dropping that knowledge. And that is the point of this channel. That moment right there encompassed everything that I set out for, even with my storytelling of community. That was such a beautiful moment for me, Mr. Wright. I thank you very much. James, and everyone over at the First Aid Comics, I thank you for even allowing me just to do what I'm doing at the shop with my weekly pool. But this is what I'm talking about. This is why I created this channel. For brotherhood, for unity, for knowledge, camaraderie. This is why I created it. So, Mr. Wright, man, I thank you. That was my pool for the week, guys. And without further ado, guys, if you haven't, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the notification so you get notifications when I post. And if you haven't subscribed and you're a returning viewer, just make sure you hit that subscribe button. Like I said, hit the like button, because that does wonders for me in the algorithm. But man, let's keep that conversation going below, and let's have some topics. Guys, I appreciate you guys. I'm not going to ramble anymore. You guys be good. You guys be great. Hop out there, read something dope. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.